Hey guys, it's Alex here. So the topic this week is masculinity. Um, as I am wearing a purple shirt today, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of mixed feelings on this topic. I mean, for me, it's been more important than I care to admit to be masculine. I guess one example of that would be facial hair. I have been able to grow a decent beard since about 3, 4 months on T. I think that's probably my ethnic background. I'm Greek, Italian, and Hispanic. But especially the Greek and Italian, the guys in that part of my family have a lot of facial and body hair. So I mean, it's just kind of something I've gotten used to, and I knew that it was gonna happen for me, and it did, and I'm very happy about that. But I shaved my beard off like a month ago, like fully, and I felt really uncomfortable. Like I was still passing. I don't think I had any problems with that, but it bothered me so much, and I was trying to figure out why that was, and I think it was partially because I've gotten really used to having it, and it does kind of, give off a certain kind of masculinity. I mean, I don't think we can really deny that, and I'm not saying that guys that don't have beards or that are not growing facial hair or don't wear out their facial hair are not masculine or they're less masculine, but I feel like there is definitely a certain kind of masculinity that we associate in most societies with facial hair, and I was, for a period, not a part of that anymore, whereas I had been for, the last year before that. So, yeah, I don't know, that was weird for me. I was surprised by how hard that was, and I will probably never shave it off fully again because of that. I mean, otherwise, I haven't really had a lot of pressure to appear a certain way or to, I guess the masculinity that I've kind of felt pressured into is more behavioral, more social, like certain social roles and the way I interact with my girlfriend, because people just see us as a straight couple now, which has definitely taken some getting used to, because we were a visibly lesbian couple, even though neither of us identified that way. We appeared to people as a lesbian couple for about a year and a half. So to go from that to now just kind of being any old straight couple, it's like it really changes people's perception of you and how they expect you to interact with each other, and they definitely expect me to take a more dominant role and to speak for her. And people ask me, when I'm gonna propose, and you know, if we're planning to get married, that kind of stuff. And I had never really gotten that before, so that's a new experience too. And I definitely associate that with being perceived as male and, masculinity in general, just kind of being the decider, the one that that ultimately has the final say, and in lesbian couples, things just aren't really like that. I mean, sometimes there will be a more dominant partner, but when it's two women, especially socially, I don't think you get that same kind of deference, to the more butch of the two, so to speak. I think that it's definitely something you see more in straight couples and the way you're perceived socially. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I've been pretty lucky that I feel like I haven't had to prove my masculinity. I know a lot of guys that struggle more with passing, and in gaining acceptance from their families and from their social world, that there is more of a pressure to perform masculinity, to not only prove themselves as male, but to pass as male. And I guess I never really had to to do that. I do feel a pressure to be more traditionally masculine in my relationship, but I guess, you know, I didn't have to compromise myself really in any way to be trans and to be male. Like, you know, having to tone down your natural femininity, you know, in order to pass or something like that. I didn't really have that experience. But I mean, I think it is a really important topic to think about because it's very unfortunate, but I think that there are a lot of trans guys in this community that we all kind of identify with that perform masculinity in some questionable ways. And I say perform because I see masculinity and femininity as a performance. It's in your behavior, it's in your mannerisms, it's in your dress, and none of those are inherent. And so I think that we make choices to, you know, perform our masculinity and or femininity in certain ways that can be good for us and for the people around us, and they can also be negative and dangerous depending on, you know, where you take your masculinity and what you take it to mean for you. You know, thinking maybe that it entitles you to something, that it entitles you to more respect, or that it entitles you to be the decider or to dominate women. You know, there's some pretty questionable things that have come from people's kind of drive to be more masculine or to be hyper-masculine, and I think we just have to keep that in check. Yeah, alright, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.